Navy goes to sea. A floating city of 1,200 men leaves harbour for adventure in great waters. For every voyage, even in peacetime, carries the possibility of adventure in the sense of danger, emergency, the unexpected summons to duty. Submarines, too. Their destinies are always dangerous. Every few years in peacetime, a naval review is held by the King at Portland or off the Isle of Wight. Such tremendous evidence of fighting power is a reminder to a nation at peace that its safety depends in the last instance on its readiness to fight. The Navy has always been ready. So, when war comes, the ships have mysteriously and quietly reached their war stations. Few people have seen them go to sea on that first important muster. They have been moved according to prearranged plan across the chessboard of the world's surface. They appear in new combinations at key points of the empire. A Mediterranean fleet assembles at Alexandria. From Gibraltar, a force of powerful warships sweeps the western Mediterranean and its Atlantic approaches. Singapore, Cape Town, Aden suddenly become aware of new units in their harbors. In unnamed havens round the British Isles appear the watchdogs that keep tally on the North Sea bases of Germany's skulking battleships. But the Royal Navy is a blue water navy. The home ports seldom see these fleets. Their tracks are the highways of the ocean. They're found only by the camera or by the enemy's aircraft as the long-awaited problem of air power versus sea power is put to the test of actual combat. In this struggle, those who predicted the utter defeat of sea power have been effectively answered. And here they come, the dive bomber. Sea power still maintains its dominating influence, but by judicious alliance with air power. By the evolution of the Fleet Air Arm, the Royal Navy has adapted itself to the new conditions and preserved its traditional supremacy on the sea. many engagements, the new cooperation of sea and air power has proved the wisdom of those who believed in the aircraft carrier. Taranto was the first object lesson. Here the Italian fleet in its own home port was dealt colossal blows by swordfish from the illustrious. Great were the results that flowed from that victory. These reconnaissance photographs clearly show the wreckage of the Italian warships. Then the chase of the Bismarck across the Atlantic Ocean, in which the C&C's flagship King George V and HMS Rodney finally accounted for the stricken raider. She had been observed by a flying boat of Coastal Command and torpedoed by aircraft from Ark Royal and Victorious in a hunt which will echo down the corridors of time. Equally famous forever will be the story of the Graf Spee. Can the world ever forget how three small cruisers, Exeter, Ajax and Achilles, outmaneuvered and outshot that formidable pocket battleship? How they waited outside Montevideo for their opponent to come out and resume the fight. The Graf Spee eventually did come out, only to be scuttled by her own crew in the estuary of the River Plate, a monument to Nazi naval cowardice. The sinking of the Graf Spee was symbolic. From that glorious episode, the free, democratic world took new faith and confidence. When the Royal Navy goes to sea in wartime, it goes to fight, not to scuttle. Think of the converted liner Rawalpindi, hopelessly outclassed by her adversary. Only one instance of a fleet auxiliary which has gone down fighting. Think of the untold stories of heroism aboard destroyers. Their crews fighting their guns to the last as they screened the convoys and held off the masses of German dive bombers. Yes, the Royal Navy always gives battle. So it was at Matapan. So it was when Sydney sank the Bartolomeo Colleone. The Italians themselves took these pictures aboard their battered cruiser. So it has been in innumerable encounters up and down the oceans and along the vast inland sea. As it was in the days of Nelson, so it will always be when the Navy goes to sea.